Okay guys, it's the video you've been begging me to make. It's my bookshelf tour. These just finished last weekend. I have been dying to show you. The process has been long, but it has been worth it. So Maddie and Mitch actually gifted me these shelves as a birthday and Christmas gift for the foreseeable future because it was quite a feat, but it is one of the best gifts I have ever received. I think you can agree. So I'm gonna show you all the books, but also I'll talk to you a little bit about the building process as we go. You are in my dining room right now. This is a very big room in our house, and honestly, a table only takes up so much space. So with the 10-foot ceilings and this nice long wall space, I really thought that this would be the perfect spot for my library. So let's get into it. Over here on the far left, because I have young readers in my house, we have like a YA section. You'll see that one of our Hunger Games is missing because my 11-year-old is currently reading that. We've read a lot of these books together. Some of them are just for them. My daughter's book nook, some family photos. There's lots of empty space that makes me really excited because it'll give me room to build. You can't really see it right now, but back here we have an outlet because Mitch gave us 3 outlets on this wall, which we desperately needed. And then if you come over to this side, you're gonna see more YA at the bottom going up to Romantasy and adult fantasy. And fanfic, of course, my fave. I really love that now that I don't have to shove all of my books into 2 bookshelves, which is where they were before. Now I can actually display some of my favorite books that always give me that ooey gooey feeling every time I see them. I don't know if you can tell, but at the top of my bookshelves, that's actually just the ceiling that we painted the same color as the shelves. I love the color we went with. This is Tawny Port by Sherwin-Williams. And I just think it's dark richness. It's the pink that I love, but also with an old bungalow, I feel like it's like really rich and dark and warm, which goes with the vibe of my whole house. So as we were building these, we had some discussions about, do we want floor to ceiling shelves or do we want to add storage anywhere? I definitely needed storage. Our house has no closets on the first floor at all. So when Mitch decided to do cabinets on the bottom, it was gonna be easier, not that it was easy, but easier for him to build lower cabinets than to buy them because we needed a very specific size. So he actually built the base first, and then these shelves that you see up here, minus the face frame, are IKEA's. They're not the Billy bookcases. I'll insert in the description what type of cases they are because they are real wood from IKEA, but that's what you're actually seeing here. So we set those on top of the cupboards that he built. I also love this lip because Maddie has this lip in her library, and honestly, it's what we step on to get to the highest shelves. I cannot reach my highest shelves, so there might be a ladder, rolling ladder coming in the future. We'll see, fingers crossed. Let's move over to this shelf over here. So we have at the top actually more of a TBR of sorts of fantasy books I'm excited to get to. And then below it here, magical realism and some historic fantasy that I love. Some of my favorite Brandon Sandersons. I love, love, love how these like contemporary romances look on my shelves because they're just so colorful and playful, which is very me. This section is about to get beefed the fuck up because I'm so into sci-fi and techno thrillers right now. It's like an addiction that I never want to be quenched. My favorites, of course, my beautiful Dune. And guys, are you freaking kidding me? I could not even display this amazing Red Rising set until now because I had no freaking space, but these covers are everything. I will put in the description where I got them. I love them. We did have to hide this one because for the kids, Darrow's crotch is making me feel some kind of a way, so I have to. Now, I don't know if you realized, but I have some new Lord of the Rings candy here, and this is our Easton Press editions of The Hobbit, all of the Lord of the Rings, and the Silmarillion. They are pretty much the coolest books that I own, I'm not gonna lie. After the IKEA shelves were put in, Mitch built a face frame to really give it some structure. In the future, we're gonna put sconces on this one and this one, because even though this room gets great light during the day, it's a bit dark at night, and this is going to be my reading room as well. Mitch also used the exact same trim that was already in the room up at the top, so it looks really nice and seamless around the room. Down here, we have a vent that's very important to our house, so it needed to stay. My husband built something out. I don't know all the science of it, but he built a new vent, and I feel like it works really well. Maddie's the one who found these knobs originally on Amazon, and I decided to go with the same ones she has in her bookshelf. They're just this beautiful gold, and what's nice is they match my doors gold, because this goes into my kitchen. It's just like a swinging door. This part was kind of tricky, so we couldn't get an IKEA shelf for up here. So Mitch just built one, and it adds so much to this space. I hope you agree. We did a smaller IKEA shelf over here. It's the same brand, the same style as these. It's just they're more narrow build. And then Mitch also had to build this piece on the side, which I'm gonna be using mostly for storing random shenanigans. The more storage, the better. Probably puzzles, potentially. As you can see, I'm also using this as my china spot. Little Women in Pride and Prejudice belong with the tea. Can we agree? And my husband has some like wiring books, and I don't know. He's got his own style, but he gets the corner bookshelves here. He said he would take these. We've got some up here at the top. Series of Unfortunate Events, low-key, was my favorite binge when I was a kid, because they're just so hilarious and dark. I think that's where my dark side comes from. And then I've got some gorgeous classics that were actually sent to us by our followers. I have an Amazon wish list, and people buy them for me, and it's like so sweet. We kind of got out of order here, but I guess I'll give you the last shelf we haven't talked about. So at the top, you'll see Brago, Aragorn's horse, with Lord of the Rings. I already had this Hobbit from Paris and this Lord of the Rings set from Ireland, so they're very important to me, even though I got the Easton Press, so those get to go up there. I'm waiting for my last two Bridgerton books to complete my set there, because those are so much fun. This is the Litfic moment. And I love that Maddie helped me do these shelves, you better believe. And this is one of my favorite covers of all time. It's so colorful. I like it with my shelves. Then we've got like my fun metaphysical, self-help, memoirs in here that we love. House books, home books, lifestyle books. Some really fun art I've picked up over time. I have room for doodads, finally, bookshelf doodads. I do anticipate getting more plants that have vines that hang down. I think there's enough room for it. I just have not got them yet. Again, we're a week out. All in all, the hardest part of this process for me was painting with Maddie. It was not easy. Bookshelves are crazy details. Holy heckin' Bob. But we both just audiobooked it. It ended up taking 3 coats. That's with primer. Like, we did tinted primer paint, very expensive paint. It still took 3 coats, and we did a touch-up, which was crazy. And the last thing that Mitch did was the doors. He hand-built each of these doors. He is so incredible. The time and the patience that he did to treat wood and get it in here fitting just right in my Funkadilly, 1910 built house is just astounding. So we finished those last weekend, and it was worth all of the work. I feel like I can never move now. This is my forever home, because I will forever live wherever these bookshelves are located. I did choose to paint the walls just a shade lighter from my tawny port of the bookshelves. I think it turned out really nice. So they're both pink, but the shelves can read pink, and sometimes they read red. Both are colors that I really, really love. All this room is missing is a giant reading chair. So if you have a chair that you're obsessed with, please send it to me in the comments, because I'm looking for the perfect reading chair for the corner. And I've got lots of art that I'm buying to hang on the walls. This room literally has Mitch's blood, sweat, and tears in it. Maddie's husband did have a little nail gun incident right into his hand. And I got to watch Maddie live out her favorite trope, nurse them back to health. It was very touching and emotional. I think that you guys can agree, Mitch is a boss. Maddie's brain was behind this, and together they tag teamed every weekend between kids and helping me and building this, making me the best fucking birthday gift I have ever received. I'm so happy. I hope you enjoyed my bookshelf tour. If you want to see Maddie's, you can come over here to check hers out. Honestly, Maddie changes her shelves like every single week, so we could do a tour weekly and they would all look different. But this one was pretty good and y'all liked it.